Good morning, everyone. My name is Ethan Carter. I'm 35 years old, and today I want to speak to you about something more valuable than money, more powerful than status, and more lasting than success. I am not here to offer quick tricks or easy shortcuts. I am here to share the truth. And the truth is not always comfortable. Sometimes it challenges you. Sometimes it forces you to look at yourself in ways you would rather avoid. But if you accept it, it can change your life. I was not born into wealth or privilege. I did not grow up surrounded by powerful people who could open doors for me. I came from a small town where everyone knew each other, where dreams often felt bigger than the opportunities available. My family had enough to survive, but not enough to feel secure. We were not poor, but we were never comfortable. My parents worked hard every single day, and from them I learned a lesson that shaped my entire life. Life does not owe you anything. It does not promise fairness. It does not guarantee success. If you want something, you must earn it. As a child, I was average at best. I was not the smartest student in my class. I was not the most athletic. I did not have special talents that made teachers praise me or classmates admire me. Many times I felt invisible. But I discovered something important early on. Even if you lack natural talent, you can build determination. And determination, when practiced consistently, becomes more powerful than talent. I failed many times. I failed exams. I failed interviews. I failed projects I worked on for months. There were moments when I questioned myself deeply. I would lie awake at night staring at the ceiling asking, what is wrong with me? But every time I fell, I made a choice. I chose to stand up again. And that is the first truth I want you to remember. Failure does not define you. What defines you is your response to failure. Let me ask you something honestly. Have you ever sat alone in your room thinking that your life should be better? Have you ever wished for more money, a better job, a stronger body, or more recognition? Most of us have. We imagine a different version of our lives, a version that looks perfect from the outside. But wishing does not change reality. Action does. There was a time when I believed happiness was waiting for me somewhere in the future. I thought it was hidden in a bigger house, a higher salary, or a more impressive title. I believed that once I achieved enough, happiness would automatically follow. I was wrong. Happiness is not a destination you arrive at. It is not a prize you win. It is something you create. Happiness lives in small moments. It lives in the warmth of sunlight on your face during a quiet morning walk. It lives in a shared laugh with someone you care about. It lives in the satisfaction of completing a task you once thought was impossible. When you chase happiness through material things alone, it always stays just out of reach. But when you learn to appreciate what you already have, happiness begins to grow inside you. Now let's talk about money. Money is important. We cannot pretend it is not. We need it for food, shelter, education, and safety. It provides stability. But money is a tool. It is not a god. It does not define your worth as a human being. I have seen people with enormous wealth who were deeply unhappy, and I have seen people with very little who were full of joy. Money does not change who you are at your core. It reveals who you already are. If you are insecure, money will not fix that insecurity. If you are angry, money will not bring peace. But if you are disciplined, focused, and generous, money can help you create positive impact. The key is to build your character first. Success without character is fragile. Another enemy you must confront is laziness. Laziness is quiet. It does not shout, it whispers. It tells you that you can start tomorrow. It tells you that you deserve a break, even when you have done nothing to earn it. It convinces you that one missed opportunity does not matter. But small delays become habits, and habits shape your future. Every minute you waste is a minute you will never recover. Time is the one resource that cannot be replaced. When you understand this deeply, you begin to treat your days differently. You begin to act with purpose. I have lost opportunities because I hesitated. I allowed fear and distraction to control my choices, and I regret those moments. That is why I made a promise to myself. I will not let fear or laziness decide my path. Life will not always follow your plans. Sometimes the job you wanted goes to someone else. Sometimes a relationship you believed in ends unexpectedly. Sometimes a dream collapses despite your effort. These moments hurt deeply. They can make you question everything, but often, when one door closes, another quietly opens. The challenge is that we spend so much time staring at the closed door that we fail to notice the new opportunity. I have experienced this personally. Some of my greatest breakthroughs came after painful disappointments. Loss forces you to adapt. It pushes you to discover strengths you did not know you possessed. Do not take yourself too seriously. Life is unpredictable and messy. You will make mistakes. You will embarrass yourself. You will say the wrong thing at the wrong time. That is part of being human. Laugh at yourself. Accept your imperfections. The moment you stop seeking approval from others is the moment you experience true freedom. No matter where you are from, your background does not limit your potential. You are the leader of your own future. Comparing yourself to others is a distraction. Someone will always be ahead of you in some area. Focus on your own progress. Do what makes your spirit feel alive. Never stop learning. The world is constantly changing. Skills that are valuable today may be outdated tomorrow. Read books. Listen to ideas that challenge you. Learn new abilities. When you take responsibility for your own education, you become unstoppable. You do not need to wait for permission to grow. There was a time when I felt completely lost. I worked hard but felt empty. I questioned the purpose behind my effort. One afternoon, while walking through a park, I saw an elderly man feeding birds. He looked peaceful. I sat beside him without saying much. After a few minutes, he asked me if I knew the secret to happiness. I expected something complicated. Instead, he smiled and said, "Happiness is not something you find. It is something you create." Those words changed me. I realized I had been waiting for life to improve before allowing myself to feel content. From that day, I began simplifying my life. I reduced distractions. I focused on meaningful conversations. I spent more time in nature. I discovered that joy grows when you pay attention to small blessings. Later in my life, I started a business. I invested everything into it: money, time, energy, and it failed completely. I felt ashamed and defeated. For weeks, I avoided conversations about it. But eventually, I understood that failure was not a verdict on my ability. It was feedback. It taught me resilience, strategy, and humility. People will judge you no matter what you do. If you succeed, they may say you were lucky. If you fail, they may call you foolish. If you take a different path, they may call you unrealistic. So stop living for applause. Live according to your values. When I was 30, I lost a close friend unexpectedly. That loss shook me deeply. It reminded me that life is fragile. We assume we have time. We postpone conversations. We delay dreams. But tomorrow is not guaranteed. If you love someone, tell them. If you have a goal, begin now. Curiosity keeps your spirit young. At 40, I decided to learn painting. I was not good at it, but that was not the point. The point was growth. Trying something new keeps your mind alive. Your mind is like a garden. The thoughts you plant grow stronger over time. Choose thoughts of gratitude and possibility. Finally, remember this: your story is not finished. No matter how difficult today feels, the best chapters may still be unwritten. Life is not a race against others. It is a journey of becoming. There will be dark nights, but the sun always rises. You hold the pen that writes your future. Do not wait for the perfect moment. It does not exist. Act now. Learn now. Love now. Forgive now. Build now. You may forget my name. You may forget my age. But I hope you remember this. You are capable of more than you believe. You are worthy of your dreams. And as long as you continue moving forward, growing and learning, the best is yet to come.